Today I'm going to be answering the questions in the Drugstore affordable makeup tag. I saw my friend Erica Conger do this tag not too long ago, and she said that she thinks that Jen Phelps is the one who originally created this tag a couple years ago. I love drugstore and affordable makeup, and so I thought this would be a fun one to do. As I was going through these questions, some of them were actually a lot harder than I thought they would be to answer. I have the questions on a piece of paper here in front of me, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So the first question is, if you could only use one drugstore affordable makeup brand, what would it be? And before I answer, I want to clarify that I am talking about brands that are in the affordable category, whether or not they can be found in an actual drugstore. They might be an online brand, maybe they're in Dollar General or, different stores like that, but in the affordable range. But I use drugstore and affordable kind of interchangeably. So if I could only use one drugstore or affordable brand, I would use the brand Essence. I was thinking about this based on what brand do I think that I could do a full face of, that I could find something I love in every category. And I have done a full face of Essence, LA Colors, e.l.f., and I can't think of any others that I might have done a complete full face on. But if you like those full face one brand tutorials, I'll put that playlist down in the description box below so you can go watch those. But Essence is the brand that I can find something in every category, multiple somethings in every category. And I don't think I would ever get bored using just Essence because there are multiple things in each category that I could use. And since Essence is so affordable, if that's the only brand I was using, I could buy all the things, all the blush colors, all the bronzer colors, yeah. Anyway, yes, Essence would be my brand. And then what's the most underrated drugstore or affordable makeup brand? Again, I think it's Essence. I think because the products are so affordable, like $2.99, $3.99, $4.99, I think people tend to dismiss them and think that they're probably not very good. But that's a bad assumption because most of those products are actually really good. There have been very few things that I've gotten from Essence that I was like, nope, not going to use that. In fact, I'm not sure I can think of one right now off the top of my head. What's the most overrated drugstore affordable makeup brand? And this one was really hard for me because I actually had a couple on here, but it's not based on products that I've actually used. It's based on the fact that when I go to buy them, I look at them and I end up passing them over. And so one of these for me would be Milani. Now, I don't know that anybody else would agree with this or not, but I see people review Milani products. I think, oh, I want to try that. And I go to the store, and when I look at the product and I look at the price, I don't end up buying it. And so that to me tells me that, at least for me, Milani is an overrated brand. Another one would be Physicians Formula. I recently got this Physicians Formula Butter Glow concealer to try, and I've used it a couple of times, and it was just raved about. And I thought, well, okay, I'll try. And so I was really excited, and I thought, okay, I'll try that. And it's just kind of okay for me. It's a concealer, and it works, but it's not like, it doesn't live up to the hype that I was expecting. The Butter Bronzer, I love it, but again, as far as other products, when I hear them talked about, and then I go in to look at them in the store to purchase them, I don't put my money down to buy them. So I actually gave you two there. Physicians Formula and Milani probably for me would be overrated. What is your favorite drugstore product under $5? And I'm going to say these e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadows. This is such a good formula, and they're inexpensive. They might be $4 now, but you get 4 really pretty shadows. Look, this one is I Love You a Latte. It's a great companion palette if you have others. This one can help fill in if they're missing a shadow or something. And because they're so inexpensive, you can just get a bunch of them. So I have I Love You a Latte, and then Cream and Sugar is another one of my favorites. This is great if you just want a one and done. You can take one of these shimmers and just put it on, or you can do that, use your bronzer in the crease and go. Very easy. And then this one is great for a little bit deeper, smokier look. This is Truffles, and this is one that for me, it works really well to have this as the companion palette because these are a little deep for my skin tone, and I don't have that brow bone color or the mid-tone crease color. So I like having them, and I use them together sometimes. And now that we're moving into fall, I'll be pulling out my pumpkin pie and using these. These are a little warmer and spicier for fall. This is a great one for summer. It is Orange Dreamsicle. So yeah, I just have a bunch of these. There's the hot jalapeno if you want your greens, and then the rosy tones in rose water. I don't know, by the time you buy a bunch of them for $3 or $4, you could have maybe gotten a bigger palette, but this way you can get just the colors you want without a lot of colors that you're not going to use in a larger palette. So those would be my favorite drugstore products under $5. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Tina, and I'm really glad that you decided to spend a little bit of your time with me today. If you're not subscribed and you're enjoying this video, I hope that you'll take a second to do that. And for everyone who's here, I hope that you'll take a second to squash that like button. That tells YouTube that there are people who are enjoying this video and they need to show it to more people. So number 5 is, what is a hidden gem from the drugstore that nobody talks about? And I can't really say that nobody talks about this one because I've seen a couple of people do a video on this product. Taylor Wynn, I think, has reviewed it. I think I've seen Jen Phelps. I think I've seen Sabrina maybe, but I don't feel like it gets the coverage it deserves. And that is the Essence 16-Hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation. This is actually my second one, and I only discovered it a year ago. So this is such a beautiful powder. It is a great powder foundation, gives great coverage, lasts on my oily skin all day long, even in the 90, 100 degree summer heat, and doesn't look cakey, doesn't make my mature skin look more textured or wrinkly, doesn't settle in my wrinkles or fine lines. I can use it under my eyes, and it also makes a great setting or finishing powder. So as much as I love it, I'm surprised that I don't hear more people talking about it. I did a full video review of it. If you want to see it, I'll link it up there and down in the description box. But I love this, and I will always want to have it in my makeup inventory. This is a staple. Number 6 is, what is your favorite drugstore foundation? And for me, that's going to be the Believe Beauty foundation. This one is exclusive to Dollar General. You have to get it there. So if you don't have one near you, I believe you could probably get it online. This foundation is just over $5. It used to be $5, but I think it's like $5.25 now. And it gives beautiful coverage. I can use a lighter coverage with a dampened beauty sponge and just have kind of an evened out skin tone, or I can build it up to medium to full coverage and get more of a flawless look. I have oily skin and it lasts all day for me, doesn't melt off, break up, look weird around my nose. Just, if I need a foundation that's going to look good, I reach for this one. The next question, number 7, is, what products do you tend to buy more at the drugstore? And I assume that this means other rather than high end. And my answer would be all of them, because I don't buy high-end products. I have a couple of high-end eyeshadow palettes. I have the Tati palette, and I've just gotten a couple of Sydney Grace palettes, but I got them at the Christmas and July sale when they were really discounted. So I would say all of the products, but I thought about this in terms of, if I were buying high-end products, which ones would I still buy at the drugstore? And those would definitely be brow products and mascara, because mascara you go through so quickly. You're supposed to replace them every 3 months. I don't, maybe 6, maybe more, I don't know. But I've used a couple of high-end mascaras that I've gotten, like when Ulta does their buy one get one free sale or whatever, half off high-end mascaras. And while I enjoy using them when I have them, I really don't think that they work better than the drugstore mascaras that I have and love. A couple of those are the L'Oreal Telescopic, the original one. I also like the Telescopic Lift, the e.l.f. Lash and Roll, that's a really good one, and the Essence Lash Princess. So yeah, I don't see a need to buy high-end mascaras. And then brow pencils, I go through brow pencils very quickly. I have to draw in a lot of my brows. I like the brow pencil from e.l.f., not the micro brow. It's too stiff and scratchy. It hurts my eyes to put it on, but like this one here, Maybelline has a good one, CoverGirl, Profusion. So many good brow products at the drugstore that I just can't see needing to pay high-end prices for one. And then for brow gels, I love the Essence Make Me Brow and the e.l.f. Wow Brow. Both of these are excellent. But like I said, I don't have a lot of brow hair, so I don't have a lot of trouble with them drooping or falling or whatever. So these work for me. Number 8 is, what drugstore brand do you consider to be overpriced? And for me, that would be L'Oreal. You know, L'Oreal foundations are kind of getting up there, $18, $19, sometimes $20. That's getting into that mid-range, and I don't consider that to be affordable. When I can get an excellent foundation for $5, or an Essence foundation, or this e.l.f. Flawless Skin for $6. Now, some of e.l.f.'s products are really creeping up there too, and that makes me mad as well. But L'Oreal, I think, is just overpriced. Number 9 is, what's your favorite drugstore dupe? And for me, that's the Alter Ego Shadow Kiss. This is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Glam palette, and I love this eyeshadow palette. Okay, this looks a lot like my e.l.f. bite-sized palettes. Can you tell I'm a neutral girl? Yeah. Anyway, when I'm in a hurry, I can grab this and I can do a quick look, or I can grab this and do something and get deeper and smokier and full glam. So I really like this, and I really like the price. Number 10 is, what is the best drugstore eyeshadow formula? Okay, this is a two-part answer because it used to be for me BH Cosmetics. These BH travel size palettes, I just love these so much. I have several of them and they're all amazing. But as most of you know, a year or two ago, BH Cosmetics filed bankruptcy and then was purchased by Makeup Revolution, and they came out with some new things, but the formula was different. They do still have these travel palettes on their website, and I haven't bought one since they were taken over, so I don't know if the formula for those palettes is the same as they used to be. If they are, then I would say BH Cosmetics. If they've changed, then I can't stand behind that opinion. So if I have to come up with an alternative, I would say it's Alter Ego. Alter Ego does an amazing job with their palettes. I realize that they do a lot of dupes, but if you didn't know that these were dupes for a higher end product and you just bought them because you like the color story, you would still be really happy with them because the formula is really good. The mattes blend easily. They aren't so pigmented that you get too much and you don't know what to do with it. You can't blend it. They build up if you want more. And the shimmers are just so buttery and soft and pigmented, and they just look really pretty on your eyes. And I don't feel that they accentuate texture a whole lot if that's something that bothers you. Number 11 is, what is the worst drugstore eyeshadow formula? And I'm going to say Maybelline. I had the Nudes of New York palette for a while, and it's not bad, but I did declutter it because I have so many drugstore eyeshadows that are good. Why would I keep one that's not bad? And that was probably one of the best formulas that Maybelline had. So I would say Maybelline needs to do some work on their eyeshadow formula. A drugstore brand that you used to love but aren't crazy about anymore, and that would be CoverGirl. Now there are still a couple of CoverGirl products that I really like. I did get this CoverGirl Outlast foundation, and it is pretty good. Emily Noel talks about this one a lot, and so I tried it on her recommendation, and I'm still kind of testing it in different situations and with different primers, but so far it's going pretty well. And I also like their Pretty Fresh powder. But honestly, there's not much else from CoverGirl that I have purchased or that I'm interested in purchasing. And I used to have a lot of CoverGirl. I had their little like eyeshadow trios. There was one that was a dusty purple. Used that all the time back in the 90s. And there was another one that was like neutrals, really light neutrals. I used to use a mascara and lipsticks and things like that. And I just really don't have CoverGirl products anymore. Like I said, I think I have two. Well, the powder I used up, so I don't even have that anymore. Drugstore product that you didn't expect to love but totally wowed you? I'm going back to my Cover and Last. I bought this when I was on vacation in Florida because I just needed a setting powder. I didn't bring one with me, and I thought it was just going to be okay. And I was completely blown away by how good this is. I used it completely in 6 months. I have a lot of powders. I have a lot of foundations. That I went through something in 6 months says a lot about that product. And the last question, number 14, favorite affordable palette right now? And I'm going to go with the Alter Ego Artemis palette. There is so much in here, variety-wise, and as we're going into fall, I'm kind of starting to get these fall vibes with these warmer orangey tones over here and these greens. And then sometimes I just don't want to let go of summer, and so I can still reach into these kind of summery oranges and creams up there and get a really summer vibe with the golds. So I think the Artemis palette is probably my favorite palette right now. And this one I've been keeping close because I like dipping into it for lots of different looks. How about you? Do you love drugstore and affordable products? Pick a couple questions and answer them down in the comments so we can discuss what your favorites are, and maybe I can find some new things to try, or you can give me some products that I should stay away from. If you have a channel, consider yourself tagged. I'll put all these questions down in the description box below so you don't have to listen through and write them down. And if you do your own video after watching this one, then please tag me so I can come and watch yours too. Did anybody notice when the light went out? I just looked up and noticed it was out. I guess I need to charge it again. I think it was on when I started, and then somewhere in there it went out. If you got a little more time, you want to watch another video, there'll be something right there for you to click on to make it easy for you to do so. And I will see you over there in another one or in my next video. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye-bye.